Welcome to my channel where we discuss financial freedom, financial education, and attaining all the goals that you want in your life. My name is Jermaine, and I'm your host. So today, in my first video, I wanted to discuss 8 simple, rules or 8 simple steps to attaining financial freedom. All right. The reason why I came up with these rules is because these are the rules that and the steps that I want to follow to attain my personal goals and my personal financial freedom. Right now, I'm in the military. I make a decent income, but there is also more that I can do and more that I want to attain. And, I came up with these goals and these steps in order to help me to achieve the goals that I want to achieve. All right. So, step number one that I view as the most important is to save an emergency fund. All right. The reason why I believe that this is the most important goal is because there has been 2 times that I could think of in my life so far that I've attained the goal of being debt free. I've paid off all my debt, paid off all my card payments, credit cards. I had no debt, but then an emergency happened, and you know that brought me right back to square one, having to use my credit card, having to get loans because I used all the money to pay off the debt, and then I didn't have no savings. So that is why I view having an emergency fund is number one. That's the most important goal. Now, a lot of people recommend having 3 to 6 months of your income, and that is a very good goal to try to get to. But the first goal you would try to get to is at least having $1,000. A lot of Americans don't have at least $1,000 in their savings account to help them to get through an emergency, right? So just get that first goal, get $1,000, put it in a high yield savings account, and then you go on from there to try and get 3 to 6 months of your income, so that if you lose your job, if there is a major emergency, a death in the family, your car breaks down, you need to repair your AC, whatever, you will have that money to fall back on instead of going to a loan or credit cards. So number one, save for emergency fund. Number two is to create a budget. All right. So a lot of times we think that we don't have enough money or we don't make enough money um, to pay off our bills, and then we are then using credit cards and etc. to get us through the month. Whereas if you actually sit down and create a budget, you will see all the areas that you spend excessively in. And for example, me, I could easily make my lunch and go to work with, but almost every day I go and I get lunch, which is $20 to $30 a day. That's $20 to $30 per day that I could have been saving or investing, that I'm instead taking to buy extra lunch when I bought groceries already. So that is somewhere where I could cut out of my budget, and instead of spending that money at restaurants and fast food, which would also help me with my health, it will also help me with my finances. So therefore, that is something that I will be doing going forward, is making sure that I bring my lunch instead of going out and buying food. Right? So create a budget. Write down all the major expenses, your mortgage, your car payments, your insurance, everything that is a necessity. Write those down first. Measure it up with what you bring in per month and see what it will cost you to cover your basic needs. And then you could start adding in the wants. All right. But create a budget. That's step number 2. Step number 3, pay off the debt. So before you could, even think about investing or think about buying real estate or doing anything like that, the third thing you need to do after you create your budget is then you will see the money that you can save per month, and then you could use that money that you're saving after you cut out all the excessive spending, when you look at your budget, you could then take that savings and pay off the debt. All right. Get out of debt. If you have credit cards, I don't have any problems with using credit cards. Matter of fact, I encourage using your credit cards in order to get these points, cash back, and all the benefits that come with it. However, make sure that you are able to pay off that balance every month. That is how you win at the credit card game. All right, that's how you win at the credit card game. Pay that off every month. But you could use it. How we lose is carrying over a balance and then paying that interest. All right. So pay off the debt. If you have car debt, credit card debt, loans. For example, me, I have the only debt that I have right now is a personal loan. I'm working towards paying that off within the next year. Once I pay that off, then I will have a significant amount of money to put towards my budget in order to invest and to save. All right. So pay that debt off. Number 4, max out your Roth IRA. All right. So now you could put up to $7,000 a year in a Roth IRA. Max that out. Um, Simple as that. There's no need to get more into detail with the maxing out of your Roth IRA. That is a retirement fund that you then get that grows. A Roth IRA, it grows. It's after tax dollars. So when you go at retirement to pull that money out, you don't have to pay tax on it because you already paid the tax. So max that Roth IRA out every year. That is my goal going forward, starting next year. $7,000 a year in my Roth IRA right up until I retire. My 5th goal is to max out my TSP. Now, I mentioned before that I am in the military, and we have another retirement program called the Thrift Savings Plan, the TSP. I want to max this out. Right now, I have to look it up, but right now I think we get to contribute up to $22,000 per year. So if you look at it, if I'm contributing $7,000 on my Roth IRA and then $22,000 on my TSP, that is a significant investment towards my retirement. All right. And then on top of that, I plan on making the military a career. I've been in for 10 years now, so I'm going to go for the next 10 years and, I'll get my pension, I'll get my retirement on top of that. So if looking towards a goal of financial freedom, that will definitely get me well on my way. So I want to max these 2 retirement funds out. Number 6, invest in the stock market. So I have a stock portfolio, but because I have this loan, right? Because I have that loan, I'm not able to contribute as much towards my stock portfolio and my investments as I want to do. So this is why the paying off the debt was so high up on the list, because, and then, investing in the stock market is so much lower down on the list, because paying the debt is important, because then I'll get more money in order to invest in the stock market. So that is the goal, right? Pay this debt off so then I could take that influx of cash that I will have and invest in the stock market. Number 7, I like physical precious metals. So I like silver and I like gold, and I like to collect the coins. I like to park some of my savings in that method, right? So that's what I will also be doing. I will be parking some of my savings in precious metals, just to have it. It's also an easier way to save, where it's easy to get these precious metals, but it's not as easy to dip into that savings. I have to take it, I have to sell it, and etc. Whereas if I just had the savings in cash, I could just go in my savings, my little, safe, and take the cash out and go spend it. Whereas I have to take the silver out my safe, and I have to take it to a coin store, I have to sell it. And, it's just extra. So therefore it just helps with not dipping into your savings. All right. And it's cool to look at. I like silver and I like gold. Number 8 is real estate. So right now, currently, I own my house, and I've been racking my brain trying to decide what I want to do with this house when I do PCS, when I do leave to go to a new duty station. Um, the goal I want to do, I really want to keep it so I could, get some rental income from it. But because of all the other financial hurdles, it might not be beneficial for me to keep this house at the moment. But I'm really thinking about it. But going forward, even if I have to sell this house, going forward, what my goal is for the remainder of my military career, everywhere that I go, I will buy a house, I will live in it, and then when I'm leaving to the new duty station, I will rent it out. And then that will supplement my retirement income in the future. So there you go, guys. This was Jermaine laying out 8 simple steps for financial freedom. Um, Follow me on this journey. Use these steps as examples in order to get yourself to the goal. And let's go on this journey together. If you find my channel, like, share, subscribe, and let's go on this journey.